Alright folks, welcome to another beer review, and this is the second Bullhouse review this week. And today we're going over to the Dry Hopped Singles Club. We're trying the Dry Hop Singles Club, Nectaron Edition, New England IPA. Pillowy Fresh Hazy Nectaron. 6.5% ABV, part of the, as you guessed it, single hop series. I think I've had 3 others and I've uploaded 2 of those on the channel. I can't remember, but I have enjoyed each one, and I think I went on about this in the previous video, just gushing about Bullhouse. I've fallen head over heels with this brewery, and was very lucky to actually go over to Belfast a couple of weeks ago. Unfortunately didn't get to retrace in old steps, but I have recently changed the channel name, but in true self-deprecative style, the channel is now the Clueless Drinker Sucks, because I'm trying to be a bit edgy. I've been watching a lot of Sam Hyde, so there we go. And Nick Rocafort is becoming one of my favourite comedians. Anyway, Bullhouse, really nice. The previous sort of like artwork before the rebrand was a frog on a bicycle. I do really like the Bullhouse branding, but I have to say I think I preferred the old artwork for this series. But it is what it is, and what it is what it is. So let's see what we get in this one. My room fucking stinks at the moment. It smells like the morning after a day of drinking, even though this is the first beer of the night. Had sausage mash and cabbage for tea with a bit of gravy, and as much as I love cabbage, if I have too much, the rest is history. Very smelly history that lingers. Anyway, beer in the glass then, and a really nice, slightly pale yellowy amber, a little bit of an orange hue to it. Nice amount of haze. One finger's worth of what looks almost creamy whitehead. Let's aggravate it a little bit. But yeah, reinforced it nicely there. A really pleasing on the eye beer in this unbranded snifter glass. I do really need to pick up some Bullhouse merch. I'm sure last time I checked they had some really nice t-shirts and stuff. Not that I need any more t-shirts. But no, anyway, let's give it a sniff. A little bit of passion fruit. Slight sort of like peach aroma to it as well. A little bit of citrusy notes coming through. It's really nice, soft, a little bit sweet. Teetering more on the edge of tropical. But yeah, very, very pleasant. Like a mild spring afternoon, even though it's dreary and cold, Halloween as I'm recording this. Still got lots of sweets left, so that'll do me fine. Well, no, this smells really, really nice. There's a real modesty to it. But yeah, lovely stuff. Let's give it a taste. Cheers, everyone. It's really subtle as it enters your mouth, and then you just get this rush of flavour. It's definitely sort of like peachy apricot, but then there's quite a pronounced savoury character coming through as well. And that plays into a really satisfying bitterness that lingers slightly, almost claws on your tongue. Body, satisfying. Nothing to write home about, but I've had higher ABV IPAs that have had much less body than this. And although the other dry hopped singles club beers I've had maybe a few months ago now, that maybe I'm just thinking this, but there's a real familiarity with it, like a nice uniformity. Now, I'm not too sure if there's other hops used in this to just sort of like back up and reinforce the Nectaron. I know sometimes a lot of single hop beers will have very mild amounts of other hops just in the background. But the sheer amount of flavour that's coming from this, it's always got like a spiciness to it as well. It's just, I don't think I've ever had a single hop Nectaron beer. I've had beers where Nectaron is part of the hop bill, so I can't, with hand on heart, I do have one, say that this is like a quintessential example and the best of what the Nectaron hop can offer. But what I can say is it's such a flavourful IPA, and it's got something that's a little bit different. A really nice uniqueness. And if this is what would be classically considered a shining example of the Nectaron hop, what a powerful hop that is. I think this would work really, really well with Sabro. I think Nectaron would work perfectly with a Sabro hop. But on its own, fantastic. This is lovely. It becomes so much more moreish and slightly more savoury as you drink it. But that's absolutely banging. That's another great beer in this series, and another great beer from Bullhouse. As it stands, 2 out of 2, top marks. Probably preferred the flavour of this to Brick that we had, not yesterday. Well, we're not uploading videos on a daily thing, are we? Scheduling them on a daily thing, but the Bullhouse beer prior to this, fantastic double IPA. But this is, yeah, lovely stuff indeed. Oh, that's really, really good. And sometimes these flavour profiles aren't necessarily the ones that I would go for, because I'm really sort of basic when it comes to my preference on hops. Like, I love my Simcoes, I love my Citras, Sabro, of course. But I'm getting to know hops that I've had before, but I'm not really that familiar with. And from my recollection, the previous Singles Club beers up to this point have all been really solid examples of the hops that they're showcasing. And yeah, I think they've done an absolutely terrific job with this. Highly recommended. Very well priced on House Trebling Madness. I've still not looked at the Bullhouse website yet, just to see what the situation is if I wanted to do a direct order, being in England. But yeah, lovely stuff indeed. Highly recommended. Beautiful artwork, beautiful beer. somehow beer came out of the can and spilt on my bare leg because I'm in my boxers. And yeah, fantastic stuff indeed. If you've tried it, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. If you've tried any other Bullhouse beers or any other beers from this series, feel free to let me know in the comments. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Links in the description, and I shall see you all later. Bye. Don't know what that thing I did with my mouth was. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Stop making it awkward. Bye.